Hey folks, welcome to verifiedinvesting.com. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Now in today's video, we're going to take a look at the stock market. Now, since the beginning of the year, I've been generally bearish on the markets. In the near term, yesterday and last Friday, I flipped to bullish based on technical signals, both on the stock market as well as gold and silver looking like they're going to bounce, which are acting as risk assets, and oil, which was looking like it was going to roll over. Many people said, nope, oil's going higher. The charts said otherwise. I've learned and trained my brain to watch and listen to the charts. That's the key. That's how you get probability in your favor. Sure enough, we're starting to bounce. I'm going to explain where this bounce is going and ultimately when we have our next leg down. Let's get into the charts right now as we get started here. So this is the bigger chart pattern on the daily S&P 500. And this is the one where coming into the year, I was bearish, right? And there's no doubt about it, right? And contrary to what most analysts were telling you all out there and raising their S&P targets, to me, it was very clear. You had your COVID low right down here from 2020, your bear market lows, your liberation sell-off lows. Again, if we just look at the simplicity of this, it's simply a trend line there. You raise it up, you bring it to the highs of 2021, and lo and behold, what do we get? We get the exact high last October. Now, from that point, you had a retrace, and then the bullish chatter was just endless from the media, which was getting spun by institutions. And what that did was it created what we call in technical analysis a rounded top. A rounded top is where retail is still getting pumped up and, oh, we're going to have a year-end rally. Remember that December year-end rally? It's going to be great. All of that into the end of the year and even coming into January. Oh, it's going to be a great new year. Analysts were upgrading their 2026 price targets. And so what that does is it creates buying and leveraging from retail. And the whole time, the reason why the markets didn't make a new all-time high and really break up significantly is because institutions were utilizing that to unload, distribute shares to retail. And that's, again, why you get this, what we call in technical analysis, the rounded top formation. Look at that beautiful rounded top, right? So here's your actual like topping point where you tag the line. Then you get your retrace, and then the institutions are like, oh, we're not out of our positions yet. We have to, again, kind of pump this market up via mainstream, via social media. And by the way, don't think that all the accounts that are telling you to buy, the markets are going to new all-time highs. They're not actually all real people. A lot of them are bad actors. No, and I'm not just talking about, we hear about, oh, it's Russia, oh, it's this or whatever. No, I'm talking about institutions that are out there pumping on social media, getting you to buy into things, thinking it's just going to continue to go up forever, right? And that's the mantra that's been kind of displayed here. Okay, so if we go back to the charts, we've now had a nice down move. I want to show you why I expect a bounce in the market. Very crystal clear. So number one, if we look here, and I'm just going to get up this trend tool here. If we look at this, there was major support, right? So we have this zone right in here, okay? And what I'm doing here is I'm looking and seeing a pivot tops even over here, a little pivot high right there. Then you had this low, you came into it, and you hit this range, and now you're starting to bounce. Now you might say, okay, well, I mean, that's okay level, but what signifies this as being more significant than just a trend line? Because, I mean, we could draw a trend line here, right? And again, this is all for educational. Like, I love teaching you guys out there. Those of you that appreciate it, I appreciate you. And you can see right here, it hit and it bounced. So, I mean, it did have power, but this one should have more power. And the reason it has to have more power, take a look at this, guys. If we do our Fibonacci tool, Fibonacci Retrace tool, and we take from the low of last April, the Liberation Tariff sell-off low, to the all-time highs on the S&P, right? So what I'm doing is I'm dragging it all across, but I'm taking it all the way to this highest point right here. Look at what this did. The 236 Fibonacci retrace was exactly tagged there. And so now it's not just, oh, this was an arbitrary trend line. Okay, so it's a trend line, and you got a tiny little bounce off it, then we broke lower, right? But the reason this one should be a little bit of a better bounce here is because it also has the Fibonacci. And so what we're doing here, and this is what I do every day in chart analysis, is I stack factors. So at a level where I say, okay, there's support here, I go to work and I start to say, okay, well, what else is there here? If there's nothing and it's just a trend line, okay, so it might get a little bounce, but a little, let's say a 1, 2, 3 week bounce is going to have to be more than just a trend line. It's got to be some other factors. The more factors you have, the better or sustainable the bounce is. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here. We have our Fibonacci retrace. We have this zone. Okay, you're going to get a bounce. Now, I'm going to play this out. I'm going to game this out. So what we have here is a rounded top that comes in, basically hits this area right here, support. Okay, now what we have to look at is, okay, if we get a sustainable bounce, what could be the end game here? Okay, and the end game is really interesting because now you have what we would call an upside down cup, and potentially the bounce creates a handle. But more scary, what would this be, guys? Right, so let me get rid of that and bring it over a little bit. What would this be if we have this and now this, right? What kind of pattern is that? And again, if you're brand new, you're not going to know this. If you've studied with me or if you know your pattern formations, we would call that a head and shoulder pattern. I can go into this and use my head and shoulder patterns right here on TradingView, and I can draw it in here very simply. And again, granted, I'm gaming it out. And that's important, guys. So, right? So let's say we bounce even up there. So you could have a significant bounce here. And again, my guess is it's not as high. This would be your likely bounce. See all these lows right here? 1, 2, 3, that's probably your high, but that's still a head and shoulders pattern, right? That's still a head and shoulders pattern formation, and that's a very ominous sign for later this year. This bounce again from this up move could take a few weeks, right? Down move could take a few weeks. So we could be looking at a month or two out. And what's interesting about this, it gives perfect timing for oil to slowly come back in. We already see that the president has reached a breaking point where yields have gone too high, almost 4.5%, which is where he cracked on the tariffs back in April of 2025 when yields started to really spike. He had to back off because of all the U.S. debt and because of other factors that affect the economy, and obviously oil prices and all of these, the inflation implications. So if we just game this out, and my job and what I want you to learn how to do is be a chess master. And a chess master, not in chess. I mean, it's great to know chess too, but you want to be a chess master in gaming it out 3 steps, 4 steps ahead in the stock market, right? Where you're putting pieces of the puzzle together. And so if we see oil, which is already falling this morning, coming back into the high 80s, if that comes down and let's say it heads back to 70, it makes sense why in the near term investors will get very bullish. Okay, yes, inflation's going to be defeated again, all of these things. And investors will buy this dip again, pushing the market up for weeks potentially, giving the institutions another opportunity to unload. We then see eventually the economy, which, listen, even without oil spiking, the economy had days numbered, right? And you look at the labor market, you look at inflation even before this spike in oil was already going up. These are all factors that are going to hurt in the longer term. And so the idea here is it's perfectly gaming it out to be that next whole shoulder pattern right here, right? This shoulder here, and then an eventual breakdown, which number 1 will take us down into this level, number 2 down here. And just to go back to this, let's go over just a couple quick charts like silver real quick. So silver, I've gone bullish on, right? And I went bullish on after this little reversal. Notice we closed below. We didn't confirm a breakdown. Then we got back above. This should bounce. I think we see silver bouncing back to about 80 before its next rollover. If we look at gold, gold was just a beautiful thing. It pierced major support, held, and now look at it starting to move up. And then oil, which I came out last Friday, in fact, and I said, guys, I'm expecting a drop in oil. Since then, look, oil's already starting to come in. And so again, notice how the chessboard is starting to shape up, which allows us to say, okay, a bounce, maybe a couple week bounce. And by the way, not every day is going to be up because we'll have headlines on Iran and the U.S., what's going on there that are negative. It'll draw the market down. But in general, a choppy up move creates our shoulder and then our rollover in the market. This is fascinating stuff, folks. And when you start to learn it, you can position yourself. Like all of a sudden, I've started to go long starting last Friday in the market, starting to build core positions, get ready for a bounce. And now I'm getting paid out on that, right? We were shorting oil last Friday, got paid out on that, even though people said I was nuts for doing it, that oil was not coming down. Again, the charts told me. Charts give us probabilities, not certainties. Remember that. Certainties, I'm not a 100% trader. No way. There's no one is, right? My goal is to win 80%-ish of the time. If I can win 80% of the time, then I'm one of the best casinos out there, essentially, and I'm just making money from a majority of my trades, and the math takes care of itself. All right. Thank you so much. Please share with friends and family if you think they would enjoy this type of analysis. Maybe they're stuck on social media and they're just losing money by buying highs and panic selling at lows. Either way, this was my deliverance to logical trading based on probability that essentially keeps me away from doing stupid things like buying at all-time highs. All right, you guys have a great one. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Take care.